welcome back to my greenhouse. I thought I'd make just an update on how things are getting on. Last video, things were just about beginning to come out of dormancy from the winter. Now things are in, as you can see here, sort of full vigor and full growth. So if we look at the Sarracenias, we've got some quite nice ones here. My little purpureas are really beginning to put some lovely growth on, some really nice young new traps here. These are all this year's growth, so they're looking really nice. I've been pricking out gradually the little seedling Sarracenias I bought a while ago, and I'll show you those in some bigger pots in a moment. This one here is actually one I got out of one of those pots. Ridiculously, that's the same age as some of the ones down here, which are tiny. But this is a really nice coloured tube and a nice picture, this one. So I'm really pleased with that one. I shall keep that one for myself, actually. These are some of my older ones, which are growing really nicely. As I said before, I think these are probably a Mori of some description from ones I've just crossed myself. And as you can see, some of them are absolutely huge. I mean, this is an absolutely massive plant. I think that is about 30 inches tall, that trap at the moment. Go back to some of the Moris. This is Mori Joanna Bullock that I bought, and that is really nice. That's got some absolutely gorgeous colouring in the throat of that one, and it's also a really nice size. If we come back a bit, a really nice size plant, that one. So again, just some of my older ones in here, not massively coloured, quite nicely veined, some of these ones. Then we come on to, this is Luca Red Tube, Flava purpurea, and that is again really nice. It's got, you probably can't see this, but it probably won't focus close enough. You can see on the rim there, it's absolutely covered in nectar and everything to attract the insects. And it's got this nice little curl on the top there. I quite like that. Here we've got Flava rubicorpora crossed with a ERATA red lid. Again, that's a really nice trap. Let's see if I can find one that's actually pointing in the direction where the camera can see it. So again, there's some lovely veining on that, and the tube is quite a deep sort of reddy green down there. It's coming out okay on the camera. Then I've got my Flava rubicorpora purple tube. This is again absolutely beautiful. Got some gorgeous colouring on the lid, some nice vein there, and genuinely, like I say, it probably won't come out quite so well on the camera, but the tube is purple all the way down to the base. Really beautiful. A bit further back here, we've got that's Popey in the centre there, nice veining. We've got some other little ones back there, Citacina's back there somewhere, right at the front. My bigger purpurea is doing really nicely back there. One that's actually out of a tray at the moment is Flava minor, because she flowered quite late, so I've hooked her out to actually do a bit of cross-pollinating with her, so she looks really nice. In fact, actually, since the last video, I've actually taken pretty much all the flower stalks off my sort of old plants. In the end, I think I counted about 200 flower stalks that they'd produced, all the plants. I've just kept the ones this year on some of my nicer ones that I've done crosses with, because really, to be honest, those are the only ones I'm really probably going to keep the seeds and grow the seeds later on. We've got a nice Flava red lid here. That is one of my favourites. That's one of the ones I split. Just back in there, we got Sopa. Again, these are really nice. So you get colouring varying from absolutely deep purpley pink on the lids there to almost like a Leucophila type white mottle on the lid. That's really nice. And what I like about these is that if you feel the tubes, so I'm about to drop the camera there, if you feel the tubes, they feel furry to the touch, so they're really nice. Back here, if I just move a couple of flowers out of the way, we've got my Kimber Red Ruffles. Again, this one is absolutely beautiful. The lid, and again, you probably can't see this on the camera, but around the rim of that lid, it is absolutely covered in little spots of nectar. And the veining on the back of the throat is absolutely beautiful. Here we've got one of my Orophelias. This is my Orophelia heavily veined. So yeah, she's mostly green, but she's got some really nice veining at the back of the throat there. That will be my flava. I think that's probably Broadwalk, although it could just be my flava v flava. But she's got some nice veining at the back there. Coming to some of these taller ones, that's just one of my my fairly standard Mori. Again, she must be now up to at least 3 foot tall, so doing really nicely. And here we come across to some of my other Flavolata red lids. Oh, sun's got a bit out there. And again, they are absolutely beautiful. I mean, that is a really deep red in the back of the throat there, and on the hood, on the inside of the hood. And again, you probably can't see it, but you might just better see it glistening in the sun there. I'll leave the camera a bit. The lid is absolutely covered in nectar at the top. Inside there, we got Leucophila. She's doing all right. Back there somewhere, I've got my rubra with almost all little flowers there still on it. That's rubra. And again, somewhere at the back are some of my other ones. I might just nip outside at the moment and show you from inside or from outside looking in. On this side, we got mostly some of the seedlings from either last year or the year before that I've now pricked out and potted up. So as I've shown you before, some of these ones that I got just in pots of seedlings, which I've now brought on. These are really, really nice. Let's see if I can get the camera to focus on that one. No, hold on. No, it's not gonna play ball. But this one's really nice. It's got a really deep red tube all the way down and some really nice colouring at the back there. That one was a cross between Flava cupra and Flava rubricorpora. And again, we've got some other ones in there that are very different crosses, and again, some really nicely coloured ones here. Deep red on that one. And again, most of those sort of crosses had either cupra or rubricorpora in them, so that's where they're getting their red colouring from. These are my little Flava crossed with Catesbii ones I got. Again, these are looking really nicely. There's quite a bit of interesting variation here. So some of these, so that one there, if I can just show that one, it's got just some fairly delicate but really nice deep veining at the back of the throat there. That is actually the same as this one in terms of the seedlings, in terms of the names of actually what they're crossed with. So there is quite a lot of variation. This is one of my ERATA red lids crossed with ERATA, so she's not got quite as much red on her inside of her lid throat as my parent has, but still she's a very nice one, that one. There are just some of my Orophelias I split. Sundews are doing quite nicely. Some of the flower spikes are have dried off and aborted. I don't know why. It's not been that hot in the greenhouse, and normally they don't seem to mind. Got a whole load in there. Quite a few of the albas in there. So they're quite nice. My Venus flytraps, yeah, I've got loads of those still. To the point actually where I've shoved some under the bench because I've run out of space on top of the bench. Cobra lilies are now starting to put on some nice fresh growth. So some really nice hooded traps coming there. So I'm really pleased with that. I think since the last video I had 3 pots of those. I decided to actually go in there before they sort of got going and growing and gave them a bit of a split, and now I think I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So they've done really well. Again, here's some little seedlings I've done from a few years ago. So these will all have been planted in 2019. So they're up to sort of 2 years old now, about 2.5 years old. Some of these are really nice ones. We've got some tiny little Jithatit Sopers. I've got some more of my little purpureas at the back there. I've got a little pure green one here, so that's obviously going to be one of these anthracene-free purpureas. Some of these little ones here. That's a flava red lid cross, so you can just about see the hint of red on the lid, but again it varies quite a bit across the actual different seedlings from the same actual parent. Again, more Venus flytraps. The Binata T forms are doing really nicely at the moment. They've now really started to put on some decent growth, and they are flowering really nicely. I've also been pricking out some of the little Binata T forms that have been otherwise self-seeded in other pots. So I've got quite a few little pots of them there that I'm going to bring them on in groups and pots and then separate them when they get a bit bigger. The Drosera madagascariensis are doing really nicely now. They're starting to really put a piece of height on, and they're catching quite a few flies. There's one back there that she's caught and enveloping, and they've recovered quite nicely from the winter. I don't think I actually lost any of those. Quite a lot looked completely dead, but now they've really sprouted out, and I've actually sprouted out a few from the roots. So actually where I had just single plants in these pots, they've now got several, which actually is quite nice because they do tend to flop over when they get a bit big, and actually if they have several in the pot they are going to be sort of self-supporting. And again, just another tray of fairly standard Drosera capensis. So we just take a quick wander outside. Do a little show. I've actually run out of space so much that I've even had to put another little tray back there. That's quite a nice one there. That one in the middle of the picture is my Catespii cross. So that looks really nice. So there you go. That's what's going on in here now. Everything is, like I say, in sort of full growth and looking absolutely gorgeous. So hope you enjoyed that. I'll do another update in a bit. Yeah, subscribe if you like it. I might actually just pause a moment and then just go quickly onto the patio and just show you the bulb planter I did in the last video. So if you bear with me a moment, I'll just go and do that. So here we're on the patio. Here's the bulb planter. It's not doing too badly, actually. It looks really nice at the moment. I've had to tie up a few of the flowers of Jithatit Sopa there because they were getting a bit blown around. My Mori is doing quite nicely here. Some of my other ones are producing some nice pictures here. Little purpurea, she's doing alright. Quite a few of the Orophelias have been had a go at by the wasps they've caught, and they've chewed themselves out of them. It's a bit annoying, but you know, there we go. Sundews are doing alright. And the Venus flytraps are flowering nicely and not doing too badly. I did actually replace a few of the Venus flytraps because some of them had got quite badly scorched. I think when it had been raining a lot and then the sun came out and it rained again, and I think it just scorched a few of the leaves. So I just swapped out a few of those and they look a bit better now. But yeah, no, that's I think that's coming on really nicely. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll post some videos again at some point in the future. Thanks for watching.